Kristen.
And our special guest is...
Hi, Damon Salvatore.
And we are Shit Talkin Sisters. Hey, happy late Easter.
Yes.
We skipped last week because we were with family on Easter, and we figured just take a break for the week.
Just fucking hot eggs, dude.
Yeah. Happy Easters.
Happy Easters.
I've had diarrhea
since Easters.
Speaking of Easter, quickly,
Kristen had an awkward thing happen.
Well, I think we all had an awkward thing happen.
And see, it didn't really affect me. Hold on one second. I gotta move this closer.
Okay, so we're sitting out on the porch of like at a family member's house, and I think I gotta sneeze.
I refuse. Did you just dab? You didn't do no.
So we're sitting on the porch at a family member's house, and the topic of prescription sunglasses got brought up somehow, whatever. And so our niece suggested me, and when I say niece, I'm talking about same age as us. Our family is like real wonky. You'll never understand it if you're not in the family. So anyways, she says, why don't you just get transition lenses? And if you don't know what transition lenses are, they are glasses that whenever you go outside, they like get darker. They like tint themselves. And then when you come back inside, it takes them forever to go back to normal.
It reminds me of 4th grade, because every motherfucker in 4th grade has some on. They were wire, little tiny. It was great.
Yeah. So in response to her saying, you should get transition lenses, I said real loud, you wouldn't catch me dead in a pair of transition lenses. No way. Absolutely not. And then so all of us begin to like roast on transition lenses for a few minutes.
As you would. And
we're laughing about it. It's just like all good fun. One of us notices.
Then another person who was at this family function from like not even 10 feet away goes,
oh my God. Oh my God. The door's about to slam shut. Oh man. Okay. So
anyways, family member from across the, like, not even 10 feet away goes, what is she donning? Transition sunglasses.
So once it's noticed, like one of our nieces on the ends turns to the other, turns to me, turned to Hannah. It all clicks for us. I just melted into myself. I felt so embarrassed for burning on transition lenses. Holy shit. Okay, I gotta go fix the door.
That's a thumbnail.
Oh my God. Continue the story.
Yeah, anyways, this bitch had transition sunglasses on, and we were talking mad shit about them. Kristen was embarrassed. I thought the situation was awkward, but I wasn't embarrassed, because, I mean, hey, I stand by what I said. People who wear transition sunglasses look like an asshole whenever they come inside for, like, 30 minutes, because they're, like, in full sunglasses. And they're never cute. Like, they're, like, never, like, cute glasses. They're just, like, small and wire. If it's 2021. If you're wearing wire glasses and they're not, one, very, like, 80s, like, Napoleon Dynamite style, or two, Harry Potter style, why are you wearing wire glasses?
I mean, I think it works for old people. To me, like...
No, it's unacceptable.
I think it's fine for old people, but me, a 27-year-old who's trying to not look so old so fast, I'm not going to wear transition lenses.
No, you know what I think is the best for old people are like the really big glass sunglasses that come over.
Like the clip-ons?
No. Like the ones Papa used to have.
Oh, just like a whole set
Yeah.
of
Very
glasses.
like 2008 Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so that was like I like melted into myself. I could not handle. I felt so bad and so guilty, although it was super funny because this person is a nice person. She just
stared at us for like 30 minutes after that.
I felt horrified. I felt so
and then she sat down on the couch with us.
I think we got the hell out of there
We did.
at that point. But
We
yeah.
evacuated.
So that was like the cringiest, most embarrassing thing to happen to me in like a long time. There's something about me that I hate to like feel that I've upset a person, and it bothers me like to the ends of the earth. So I felt so horrible and guilty, but looking back on it, it's pretty funny.
Oh, it was just funny all the time.
I
Okay,
don't know.
anyways, hope everyone had a good Easter weekend, whether you celebrate or not. We celebrate eggs. Egg hunts. That's
Yes.
what we celebrate. So, of course, that's what we do. Little pasta salad.
Little balls of salad.
A little baked ham.
Oh, I think I stabilized the door good. We got the door open because it's hot as hellfire back here.
Hell of fire.
So today we're going to talk about love triangles.
Yes, famous ones, TV, movies. Of course, these ones will be ones that we've seen.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to speak on some shit we don't know.
Right.
But also, again, spoilers.
Major spoiler alerts here.
Duh.
For any of these shows that we're talking about, you know, it's going to spoil something for you because, of course, these shows are like all basically based around this love triangle. The whole show is like, who are they going to pick?
Yeah.
Or
it's
movie
like,
or whatever.
It's like, oh, it's an apocalypse. But love?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's like a different creature. But love?
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a few in mind that we want to talk about. These are shows that we've watched at the same time, watched years and years apart. So I think we'll come out strong, and we'll start with Vampire Diaries.
As you can see, our guest star today is, in fact, Damon Salvatore himself.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
In the cardboard.
And you might ask, how is that vampire in the sunlight? Well, you see, he's wearing his daylight ring. He's fully protected.
Right.
Never fear.
There are very few daylight rings.
Very few.
Anyways, so on Vampire Diaries, you have a love triangle between two brothers.
Who are vampires.
Yeah, who are vampires. Damon and Stefan. Salvatore, and then the girl, Elena Gilbert.
Yeah, she's just regular old human
Little
girl.
high school girl in the
just-
beginning.
Yeah, just it's a sad
Right.
teenager. It happens.
So you have these two brothers. Okay, let's just say
Well,
if
let's,
you were
let's just say how they're kind of introduced. You know, one is the easy choice, super caring, super nice, super sensitive, super thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And then you have, like, the bad boy who doesn't give a fuck about anything. Who doesn't give a fuck about anything.
will kill anyone.
Who kills people just because he's fucking bored sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's like, oops.
Right. So you have these two brothers. They're equally attractive. I mean, they're both attractive. Like, from the jump, like, you know.
Yeah.
But then, as the show goes on and you see more into their characters, right, you see that Damon is the one who is actually the caring one, the one who will go to the ends of the earth for Elena,
Yes.
will do anything, like,
And Stefan kind of selfish.
yeah.
My God, he's too serious.
With Damon, whatever Elena wants, that's what he does.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. Like,
Oh, no. At the end of the day, he cares about protecting her.
Well,
so
yeah,
if
protecting
If
her.
she was like, I want to do this, and it was dangerous, he'd be like, no.
right.
You ain't gonna die.
Yeah.
But anyway, so as you can see, you can tell our choice. I watched this show back in middle school with a friend of mine from way a long time ago, and we were team Damon, team Delana. It's their ship name, Damon and Elena. From the jump, we suffered. We watched the TV every Thursday night on the CW for
Had to wait
years.
a week.
We had to wait like 5 seasons till it got good. And then Kristen recently has fallen in love with like supernatural like genre. So then I was like,
Fantasy,
Kristen,
sci-fi,
yeah, I'm
all
like,
that.
Kristen, you missing out, girl.
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries is the shit.
So I started watching Vampire Diaries. And I instantly, well, like in high school, like back when Hannah was in middle school watching this stuff and I was in high school, I was like, that shit is so cringy. I'm not watching that. That's stupid shit.
Another
but
one that
now
we're gonna
I
talk
have
about.
developed an absolute love for cringy 90s sci-fi, fantasy, period pieces. If it's cringy, give it to me. I want to watch it.
I disagree. There's a certain nostalgia, say like with a show like Charmed, there is a certain nostalgia
Yeah.
to its cringiness. But when the CGI, like new age shows, that are cringy and the CGI is like awful, I can't. I don't need to watch
She
it.
always be burning on it. It's like, look, if the storyline is good enough, I can handle the CGI, because what it's doing to me, it's portraying a story, right? It's telling me this, it's like,
Can it do it better? I'm saying the quality of the CGI is terrible.
right, but it don't matter to me.
Look at Lord of the Rings. That was made in 2002. Is that awful?
But
Honestly,
look at the
no.
budget for Lord of the Rings. And the budget for a show like Once Upon a Time.
It doesn't need to be made.
Which is
top
tier for me.
It doesn't need to be made then. You don't have the budget.
It's still a good show. I still enjoyed it.
It's whatever.
Equally the
Anyways,
same.
Vampire Diaries. We are both Team Damon.
Absolutely.
I was
100%.
never Team Stefan.
In this...
Literally, I was Team Stefan until the end of the first episode whenever Damon showed up.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
You were like, ooh, he's mysterious. And then the other guy goes, hello, brother. And you're like, yes.
Oh, my God.
Very nice.
I just encourage everyone, if you haven't watched Vampire Diaries, at least go on YouTube and type in, like, Damon Vampire Diaries best clips or whatever.
Baby,
I am not one to typically go for the dangerous, life-altering choice in these types of love triangles. But in this case, absolutely.
Well, there's certain situations where it's necessary. For Elena, I think Damon is the right choice.
Right,
for me,
right.
Damon is also the right choice. For you as well, I think.
Yeah, in this case, yeah.
In this case, Damon is...
Because sometimes with Stefan, I want to be like, suck it up, my guy.
Dude, he's too fucking serious. That's why, like, even though, Damon kills people, who cares? And then he's just kind of joking around with people, and he's like, God damn, lighten up, you guys. He's like, no.
Yeah. So, yeah, Team Damon all the way when it comes to Vampire Diaries.
All the way. And
like,
you know what? He's going to stay right here the whole time. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. We actually started recording, and then Hannah was like, oh, I need to get my Damon. So,
yeah, because this is from literally when I was, like, in 8th grade.
We have scared many a household
my dad
member and guest
fucking
with this.
loves it. I have him, and then I have Elena Gilbert's Vervain necklace. me and my best friend both had the Vervain necklace. I don't know if she got a cardboard cutout or not. I know that I had mine. I think she did. I think we had the same thing.
His face is a little bent because he got whacked with a ceiling fan.
But guess what? He's so fucking strong, he broke the fan.
He did break the fan.
Okay, anyways.
Moving on. What should we do number 2?
Number 2 is something that kind of plays into the right choice for that person. We're going to talk about Twilight. Again.
Everybody knows about Twilight. Okay, so we've had some
technical
difficulties. That's what happens when you're when you're working on a MacBook from 2010.
Anyways, we left off with number 2, Twilight.
Yeah.
So we had like a meaningful conversation.
And we even went into our number 3 love triangle.
We sure did, just a little bit. Anyways, so Kristen, what team are you for Twilight?
For Twilight, I'm Team Jacob.
Okay, for Twilight, for Bella, I am Team Edward. For myself, Team Jacob.
In any situation, I'm Team Jacob. Because when you look at Twilight, you have Edward the vampire who, she's going to have to die for. She's going to have to tell her family that she's dying.
He doesn't want her to do any of that.
No, he doesn't want her to.
Let it be known.
Yeah. And then with Jacob, you have this friend who you've known for a lifetime.
You could have a normal...
your whole life.
Normal life,
you could have
children,
a normal life, yeah.
All that jazz.
And your dads are best buds. And, everything will be happy and good.
Again, there's no passion for Bella when it comes to Jacob. She only has passion for Edward. She loves Jacob. She's just not in love with him.
Yeah.
She's in love with Edward.
When I look at the two, I'm seeing I'm going to have to uproot my whole life. I'm literally going to have to go through a very painful transition and leave my family.
It's not you. It's Bella. Bella doesn't care. Bella's already been fucking roughed up. Think about the end of the first Twilight.
Yeah.
This bitch fell down a flight of stairs, and all this shit happened to her.
But
quote,
why?
Quote.
Because she's choosing to be with Edward.
But that's how much she loves him.
I wouldn't.
No, I personally wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm going to go sit on the beach with this Native American man. He seems quite nice. I've known him for a long time. He helped get this truck for me. Oh my God. I can braid his hair. Yeah.
We can have children in a normal lifespan.
Exactly. For me, that's also my personal choice, though I think, wow, so many shadows. It's the better choice for Bella. You know, I used to argue with kids on the playground about this.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I get that, but for me, even if I was Bella in her exact situation, there's just no way that I would choose that for myself.
You know what the difference is, though? I watched it as a 7th grader. You watched it as a how old are you? 28, 27?
27.
27-year-old woman. I've watched it many times since, but I went, like opening night, premiere, midnight showing on a fucking Wednesday school night.
Yeah.
Each time a movie came out for that kind of shit. A friend of mine, and we did that all the time,
Right.
So, there's definitely a difference between 7th grade Hannah, because, it's like, fuck it, I don't care. He's hot. He's nice.
I don't think Robert Pattinson is that good looking to me. He never has been to me, but I get...
And again, you think Taylor Lautner is?
No, not really. I did like him with the long hair.
No, he's kind of scrunched up in the face.
I mean, he's not like... I don't know.
Hey, they're no Ian Somerhalder.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I would just... Like I said, I just recently watched these movies like a few months ago.
Yes.
So I don't know like them, like the back of my hand or anything, but first impression of going through all the movies, I would choose Jacob every time.
Again, you already know how I feel about it. For myself, Jacob. Hands down.
Yeah.
For Bella, Edward. Hands down.
Well.
All right. Number 3. Dawson's Creek. Kristen, who do you choose?
Team Pacey.
Team Pacey as well. Court closed.
Yeah. So you watched Dawson's Creek.
Again, when I was in 7th grade with a friend of mine.
I'm still currently watching.
Yeah, and I don't think... I don't know. I wish you could tell me. I don't remember if we even fucking finished the whole thing or not.
Right. Well, let me explain to you. So the love triangle is between a girl named Joey and Dawson and Pacey. And they're all friends, and they have been for a long time. But Joey and Dawson have been friends since they were, little kids. They've spent all this time together, always together, have been through everything together.
Dawson is the good guy. He's very, what do you call that? Fucking, I hate Dawson so much. He's so, oh, that reminds me of this. Everything is some huge thing. You know what I'm saying?
He's so serious. He's so,
but he's so, detached. He's so critical of everything that it comes off like he's not even paying attention.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You've said this before.
He overanalyzes.
For him, Joey was just,
a backup.
A backup. She was always just the one that was there.
Yeah, he had to think for his life, and she was just there.
Yeah. And, once they start to, become teenagers, they started to realize that they might have feelings for each other. And so the show kind of sets you up to feel like this is who she should be with. And they refer to themselves multiple times as soulmates and stuff on the show. Yeah. But then Pacey.
Pacey's here the whole time. You don't really...
Which actually,
you're just watching it.
Joey and Pacey, kind of hate each other. They
have...
pick on each other. They can't stand each other.
They don't hate each other, baby, okay?
It's
called... banter, and it's critical.
Well, Pacey, he's kind of the slacker, kind of gross. Not gross,
he will,
but
gets in fights, doesn't really give a fuck about school, does what he wants to.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
Doesn't get along with his parents,
Yeah.
And
so then stuff goes back and forth. Dawson's just kind of selfish at the end of the day. And
but him and Joey, break it off. They're like, this isn't working for us. Pacey, the friend, comes in. He starts to... Actually, Dawson says to... He's, leaving for the summer. So he says to Pacey...
You're doing the thing that you do whenever you try to explain something to me.
He says to Pacey, take care of her. Watch out, for her. For me. Pacey's like, all right, sure, whatever.
Anyways, they fall in love. Dawson comes back, and he's so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
He's so mad that
He's like, he literally said, I cannot look at either of you.
And he tries to hit him with a boat.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Anyways, you get it. Dawson's the goody two-shoes, selfish boy who's, like, in the fucking clouds.
Oh. And Pacey.
Pacey's great.
He just, the whole time, like, even before, like, he confessed his feelings to Joey, he, like, was doing these grand gestures for her.
Very selfless.
But, like, never expecting anything out of it. Like, he
doesn't think he's worthy of anything good.
She was really into art at one point, so he literally rented, like, a whole wall to the side of this building so that she could paint it. And, like, at first he didn't even really tell her that it was him. And, like, oh, God, it was so good. And, like, Dawson literally said to Joey, it's him or me.
Yeah, don't fucking make me choose.
Don't give me an ultimatum automatically. You suck.
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, so Dawson Leary's a fucking asshole. Public enemy number... What?
4.
4. Yeah. Public enemy number whatever. Dawson Leary fucking sucks.
So Pacey is
and
just
you cry
like
a bitch.
The show writes it that Dawson and Joey keep coming back to each other and they're like intertwined in this way. But like, although that's like her soulmate, it's a person that she like has spent a lifetime with and has this lifetime of memories. But Pacey is the love of her life.
Let me go ahead and tell you the term that people use to describe this, again, from my 7th grade knowledge, endgame.
Oh, yeah, endgame. Pacey is endgame.
Pacey and Joey are endgame.
Yeah. So I'm...
Delana,
I think I have...
endgame.
I think I have 1 season left of Dawson's Creek. I think... How many... I think there's 6
You're on
seasons.
season 5 right now.
Is that the last season?
I don't know. It's been a while.
But... Ooh, it's so good. I'm so into it. If you haven't watched Dawson's Creek, it's on Netflix.
What's next?
We had Phantom of the Opera.
We have Phantom of the Opera. Let me... Go ahead.
I think we had Phantom of the Opera, Heart of Dixie, and... Is that it? Maybe?
Don't mind me. Just getting me old telly out.
You might hear some feedback here.
Pretty in Pink. Oh, Heart of Dixie, Phantom of the Opera, and Pirates of the Caribbean. Kristen doesn't even remember. All my OG Pirates of the Caribbean people.
It's been so... We'll go ahead and talk about Pirates of the Caribbean. It's been so long since I've seen those movies. And I haven't even seen all of them, I don't think. But
I haven't seen, like, the new ones.
Especially not without Johnny Depp. You can just...
I'm sorry, what?
Shut that.
What movie?
Why even make the movie? Why even make the movie?
But all those people who watched Pirates of the Caribbean and can remember, there was, like, obviously... The love triangle for like 2 seconds is between Elizabeth Swann, William Bootstrap Turner, and Captain Jack Sparrow.
How do you remember some of this stuff?
Like Bootstrap Bill. That was his dad's name.
Your
Bootstrap
brain
Bill.
just goes. I can't. I have no capacity to retain some.
It's just that's what it is. It's Bootstrap Bill's his daddy. Anyways, so there's, like, these moments where, that stupid fucking compass he has that points to what he wants most instead of, like, where it's supposed to go. It'll point to her every now and then. They have, like, these, like, little stolen looks,
I think I remember
and then they have that night on the beach whenever they got dropped off by whoever. But, again, William and Elizabeth are in game. Yeah. I agree. You didn't even remember. Because when I was little, I was like,
yeah,
I would love to see this. I'm like, Orlando Bloom has my heart, okay? Legolas.
Wow.
Aragorn. Woo! Hey.
One day we're going to get on here and talk about Lord of the Rings, but we're still watching them.
I got money,
but,
worry.
I guess since I don't even really remember the storyline.
She can't really speak on this.
Captain
Jack. You already know, and I already know too. I think you know.
Yeah.
There was just like 5 minutes where my little heart was like.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink. Now, this is a movie that I also have not seen in a really long time, but I know the basis.
What is Molly Ringwald's character name in that?
Literally don't remember.
Okay, anyways, you have Molly Ringwald, you have Blaine, and then you have Ducky.
Right. And Ducky's like her best friend. They've been close for a long time.
Is it completely in love with her?
Yeah.
And then you have this douchebag.
For some reason, she's oblivious to it.
No, she fucking knows.
Does she know?
I think she knows. She's just an asshole about it. And then you have... Excuse me. And then you have Blaine, who is an asshole, who's literally mean to her multiple times. And it's just because... It's been a while since I watched this, because I watched this movie one time, and I was so outraged. So fucking outraged by the ending of that movie and who she chose that I boycott and I will never watch it again.
That's like one of those classic movies too that people want to come back to and watch.
I can't. You didn't do it right.
Yeah.
If you did it right, I'd watch it
now
all the time.
we did rewatch the scene where Ducky comes in to the record store.
He lip syncs.
Try a little tenderness.
It's so good. I'm sorry. Anyone did that to me? You could be a stranger. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go to the courthouse.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go do something.
Like,
yeah.
And then, like, at the end, doesn't he, like, Ducky has, like, some kind of grand gesture situation where he lets her go or something? Isn't there something like that?
Yeah. He like, lets her go, and then I think there's, like, these random girls at their school that are like, hi, Ducky. And then he's like, alright, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. I guess I better move on. Anyways, Ducky over Blaine.
Oh,
Blaine's
absolutely.
an asshole. Blaine is just, like, something that looks fun.
Yeah. For me, like, I would always want to go with that comfort, you know, in these types of situations. This person that I'm close to.
Now, I'm demisexual, and that basically is the definition of that.
Right.
Emotional connection over anything
But
else.
we've talked about it before, too. Like, I've been with the same person with my husband for 13 years, right? I was 14 years old. I don't know how modern dating works. This makes me sound hella old.
Anytime someone,
so old.
okay, let me go and tell you. Anytime some random person will message me on Instagram, she's like, ooh, what'd he say? And I'm like, baby, you gotta wait like 10 minutes before you open shit. I don't care. I don't care even if I like this person or if I don't.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. And then I open it, right? And it says like, hey, baby. And then I think it's funny. And Kristen's like, what are you gonna say back? And I'm like, girl, you block them. That's what you do. You just delete the message.
I just don't understand how.
She doesn't understand. She grew up with note passing. So there is no
Oh my God, that makes me sound
That's just what
ancient.
it is, Kristen. And like I said, you're lucky that you don't have to date in this modern world.
No, absolutely. Josh and I have talked about it, and we wouldn't know what to do if we were not with each other.
It is like, too much.
Also, strangers, no thank you.
Exactly.
Online dating,
literally,
no thank you.
Okay, I've been in one relationship my entire life with a boy I knew since he was 3 years old. He was like, what, 2.5 or 1.5 years younger than me, and grew up with him, right? We were together like 2.5, 3 years, something. And I would tell him all the time, penises gross me out. Yours is okay. Like, that's okay. But the thought of a foreign penis touching me, I'm out. And you know what, though? I still feel that way. Not about his penis, but just about penises in general. I'm like,
yeah,
unless
unless
I know you, don't get that shit near me.
Well, like I said, for me, I've been with the same person for 13 years, so there's like no, that's
what I'm saying. The thought of a foreign penis.
Yeah,
isn't that nasty
I have
to
no
you?
idea how I would navigate life.
Again, the thought of a foreign penis. You don't know where that's been.
True.
Ugh. It's gross.
Yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about? What's the next thing?
Phantom of the Opera is our last
Phantom
one.
of the Opera. Okay.
Well,
we had Heart of Dixie.
There was Heart of
too.
Dixie. Wade. I didn't watch all of it.
We'll sum it up really quickly. I was the one who watched Heart of Dixie. Now, that's like a little bit of a newer show, but like not like really recent.
It's still cringy to me.
Yeah, you have like it is super cringy. I can't even, did it come on the CW too?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay, I love CW shows, I gotta say.
Hey, they can throw out some bangers.
But you have Zoe. She's like moves from New York City, and then she meets this guy George who like helps her. I think what happens she gets dropped off the bus and he picks her up and takes her into the town or whatever. And he's like really charming, really handsome.
Isn't he
whatever.
a lawyer?
He's a lawyer. Turns out he's married, but she has this like crazy crush on him, and he crushes on her too. But then she has this super annoying, gets on her last fucking nerves.
Banter.
Neighbor named Wade, who is like fine. He's a ladies' man.
The bartender.
Yeah, and they like roast on each other all the time. They give each other a hard time. Well, since George is married, she ends up messing with Wade a little bit, and then they start to actually develop feelings for each other, and then they have to keep it a secret.
You know the answer's Wade.
Right, but so many people would say that George is in game.
George is not in game.
I gotta say, when I first,
and she's wrong.
No, she said she didn't really like either of them much. because she didn't like that Wade cheated on Zoe. But it's because he felt unworthy. Didn't Damon do the same thing?
Damon would like kill people. Like he would, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what the bad boys who don't feel worthy do. They go on a self-destructive path
To push
Wade,
you away.
Damon, Pacey,
Yeah.
same
yeah.
thing. Edward, fucking up and left. Now he didn't like. I mean, yeah, he just up and left. He's like, I'm no good for you.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch. Bye.
It's because they don't know how to be loved,
You
and so they
understand
want to
that?
push you away.
I heard in the books of Twilight that he sent her like money
Yeah.
all the time, and she threw that shit away. I'd be like,
And then it came. Then he put it in her bank, and she closed her bank account. And then he sent a box of money in the mail.
and she like burned it.
Yeah, and he just kept sending
Can
her
you imagine?
money. Yeah.
Hey, you're my sugar daddy, and I ain't gotta look at you. You don't want to have contact with me. You just want to send me bills. Okay,
Absolutely.
let's go. Anyways, Wade's in game.
Yeah, Wade, because then he ends up changing for her, and becoming a better person.
So does Damon.
So does Pacey.
So does Pacey. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so Phantom of the Opera.
Me and Kristen.
We are on opposite sides here.
But this is just like Twilight for me, right? For that person, I think
no. Okay. Yeah.
I'm saying for me,
Yeah.
I would not choose the person that I pick. You know what I mean? Like for Christine, I have a certain option for myself. I have a different option.
Well, in either sense. Okay, here's our options.
You have Christine.
She's the girl, right?
Okay, then you have Phantom. Then you have Raoul.
Yeah. So Raoul is
little
like a
naughty.
childhood friend. Once again, here we have a childhood friend
Demisexual
trope.
dream.
They have been apart for a long time because her parents died, and she ended up moving to the opera house where she like danced, whatever. She hadn't seen him in a long time. And then you have the Phantom of the Opera, right? He's this mysterious child groomer, essentially. He's been watching Christine since she was a small child and manipulating her through secret whispers her whole life. She like she fucking prays to the Phantom, essentially.
That's her angel of music. People pray to Jesus.
Angel of music.
That's what I'm saying. People pray to Jesus. Is that not manipulative?
Anyways,
give me money on Sunday, and I'll do something for you at one point.
She gets the main part in the opera because the Phantom threatens to kill everybody, essentially.
No, he dropped a sandbag on what's her name.
Oh, yeah.
Really close to her.
What's her name?
Carlotta.
Yeah. So she gets the main part. Raoul's dad is like an investor or something in the opera or something. That's how he gets.
Somehow her childhood friend shows up and sees, and he's like at this opera, and he's like, "Is that Christine?"
Christine.
And he's like, "Bravo," you know.
Yeah, and then they rekindle. He's like wants to start taking her out, and then whatever. The Phantom steals her away. He steals Christine away. Kidnaps the bitch, takes her down into the sewers.
He did
and
not
the
kidnap
dungeon.
her. That bitch walked freely into the darkness.
He manipulates her. That's abuse. That whole thing. I get the magic of the movie right in the story.
He was abused as a child.
It's still spooky to me. I don't care what you
Literally-
went through as a child. That doesn't give you the right to treat me any kind of way.
I agree. I do agree with that. Okay? That's why if it were me,
If it were me.
I would pick Raoul as well. Even though that guy gets on my fuck. Actually, if I...
Well, she does. She does end up picking Raoul.
Have you ever seen Love Never Dies? That's the second one where she actually picks Phantom.
But that's not the original storyline.
Yes, it is.
Because at the end of the Phantom of the
Andrew
Opera...
Lloyd Webber made 2 parts.
But at the end of the first movie, she's been with Raoul
There's
the
not
whole
even
time.
a movie for the second one. It's just the stage. It's just the Broadway play.
Anyways, she's been with Raoul the whole time. She's died, and then when Raoul's visiting her grave, he finds that the Phantom has also been visiting her.
Yeah, but you need to watch Love Never Dies.
I guess I do. But anyways,
I've actually never seen it either. But anyways,
Team Raoul.
I see that the Phantom is a damaged soul. Mm-hmm. I see that, he's suffered years of abuse, and he was forced to kill his abuser at such a young age, and then he's fucking...
And I feel for you, baby.
No,
I feel for you.
He's had to create... Can you imagine what it was like when he first got in those fucking sewers, and it was just him, in a fucking nasty water. You know, it don't smell
like
good.
I said,
he made it beautiful. He's a genius. He is a musical genius.
I feel for him, but I'm not going to live my life like that.
No, again, I wouldn't either.
You know, I can love you in my past, baby, but right now I'm going to live a happy life with this rich man who's going to provide me with a normal lifestyle. I think I love
stability.
No,
I do too.
And normalcy.
Any normal woman, any normal person, man or woman, I think should crave stability.
No, some people want to live like a wild life.
I said people should.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, though...
Maybe we're boring. I don't know.
No, baby.
Give me my little house with my babies
I'm like,
and my dog.
You got a 401k?
Oh, you wearing a lab coat?
That's why I took an accounting course for school way back when. And I was like, oh, I'm going to find a husband in this class. Right? And I got in there, and there was only 8 fucking people in the entire class. And I looked around, and there was, like, 5 girls, 1, like, Indian guy, and, like, 1 random guy that he was not cute. The Indian guy was kind of cute, but, you know, I was like, whatever. I'll just leave him alone, you know, let him do his accounting. And I said, like, how the fuck am I supposed to find a husband in here? There's only 8 of us in here.
There's 2 options.
And then that one guy, the fucking teacher kept shitting on him every that poor kid.
I had a mean teacher in college.
I have to, and I don't even think it's the right choice for Christine, but that's what my heart, growing up in school, this is another thing that I watched as a child, and this is a movie that I loved so much. It's a bird, Kristen.
It sounds like a little child screaming.
Well, what are you gonna do? Anyways, this is also a movie. This is also a movie from my childhood. Whenever a substitute teacher was there, Miss... I'm not gonna say her name. My choir teacher would always have us have the substitute play us like a musical while she was gone.
Yes, she did. She did that for us.
Yeah,
we had the same middle school choir teacher.
Yeah,
and high school choir teacher.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, so Phantom of the Opera was one that we would always watch. And then this became a movie that I, for whatever reason, I have an obsessive personality. If I like something, I fucking like it, and I'll listen to it over and over again. Yeah. So I watched Phantom of the Opera.
Like the Frozen soundtrack.
Not necessarily.
Frozen 2.
Not necessarily. I listened to them, but not like Phantom of the Opera.
I guess you're right.
I paid.
Hey, the Bridgerton musical soundtrack is almost done. They're recording it now.
You care more about that than I do.
I guess I do.
You do.
I'm very excited about it. But then they're going to fully cast the album and have, like, the different parts. Because right now this is just the demo. Oh, shit.
You get it. Phantom is damaged, but I feel for Homeboy so much. He loves her so much. And he's such a genius.
I feel for that, but...
And also...
I shouldn't be forced to be with you because you've had a bad life.
No, again, I agree. I have a soft spot for Phantom. Again, though, I'm in my dressing room, right? Right? An old friend who I used to like, but he didn't really like me. Whatever happened,
No, he did. They just got separated.
Whatever. It ended. And I'm in my dressing room waiting, and then...
In my negligee.
Hold on, no. Yeah, in my negligee. And then I hear the angel of music. Shit, where he at? Guess what? Fucking, he's in the fucking mirror. Then guess what?
Magic tricks.
Mirror opens. It's a fucking door. Kind of creepy, but like, whatever. And then...
And she just goes?
Yeah, and then she's mesmerized by his talent.
He puts her on a horse at one point?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting to. Hell yeah. You're gonna lead me down this fucking candelabra?
If anybody wants Hannah, bring a horse. And you're gonna get that bitch. Put this bitch on a horse.
No, because it's really awkward to get on a... have the horse, like, laying down.
It doesn't work like that.
And then have him get up. Or have, like, one of those, like, stairs that leads up to it.
Oh, yeah, like the little...
Dude, okay, honestly, though, you know in Napoleon Dynamite, whenever LaFonda and... That's a fly. LaFonda and Kip get married, and then they ride off on that horse.
Is that your dream? Hannah's wedding is just
I'm gonna leave the courthouse, okay?
On a horse.
And then get on a horse. And then show up to my just, like, reception.
Hell yeah, though. A white horse?
3 miles away. No.
No.
I want a little bit of spice.
Okay.
Plus, white horses that have, like, blue eyes are kind of scary.
Because then they're like this close to being a unicorn almost.
No. It's scary because they have, like white eyes. Something
Oh,
about it.
okay.
They, like, look at
I
you
thought
different.
maybe like something about it being like sort of a mythical looking.
No, and why hasn't anybody... You know how fucking long horse eyelashes are? I kind of have horse eyelashes. But, not too much on horror. But why hasn't anybody made, like, a...
Of a
of a horse, like it's like painted hooves, and it's like really fucking long.
We're gonna Google that, and if we can find it, we'll put it up here.
It's just like shing,
Yeah.
shing. And then like edges, like
Wow.
the fucking tame.
Hannah wants to be a horse, I think. You always like to have your hair braided like a horse.
It's so good. I am.
Hannah wishes she was like a real life horse girl.
I grew up with a friend who I had horses growing up. We had horses growing up. I asked my dad one weekend. Concrete money was good back then. I was like, Daddy, I want a pony. Guess what?
Literally, the next weekend we had horses.
Next weekend, his whole crew came in that he worked with for concrete and built this huge fucking fence, and then we had a horse the next
And
weekend.
2 ponies.
But it's because the horse kept jumping the fence because she was lonely because her mama was like 2 houses down.
Yeah.
So then we ended up with 4 fucking horses. One of them bucked me off and I got scared. So then my dad got rid of them.
Well, and then the one had the hay allergy. It just wasn't actually a good fit.
We
here.
had him for like 5 years though.
Yeah, we did have him a long time.
Yeah, we had him for a while. And then, so I had horses.
Also, we had this wild ass neighbor who came and broke one of the horses.
We had our Puerto Rican neighbor. Him and his son had the same name. So one was senior and one was junior.
Yes.
Shout out. All right. But I went to school, and every now and then me and my friend, best friend at the time, we would get bored, like, on the playground. And so we would see, there was always these people who would be playing horses, right? So if we wanted to play, the way to do that was to gallop up. You gallop up, and I remember, I can't say her name. If you're listening, you know who you are. I want to say it so bad.
Don't say her name.
I'm not. I mean, we would, and even if I did say her name,
we would zombie it.
we would
We're not
zombie
here
it.
to out anybody.
We're not
who
here to
doesn't want
dox
their
anybody.
names
No,
on-
and even if you wanted your name in it, we're not. You know what I mean? But and I remember her little wire glasses, like everyone had at the time, and then her cousin, I also know her name too. They sit there and they're like, this is our land. You're not supposed to be on these parts.
Oh,
and
shit.
Yeah, literally, it's like a whole fucking horse showdown. And me and my friend at the time, we were like, fuck.
Did you have to like prove yourself to her?
We would gallop up. That's what I'm saying. You can't just walk up to the girls who were playing horses. And they truly were at the time horse girls. All right? I'm talking braided hair, wire glasses.
Boots.
Beautiful. Sometimes. Beautiful though. You know what I mean? Like I said, I aspire to be you. I was in heaven. So we would literally we would gallop up and we'd be like, oh shit, it's a war. And then all of a sudden I'm
Did y'all fight?
No, horses are very diplomatic people, okay? It was very like,
Okay.
we're going to
Like
talk this
prove your
out.
case to
And
me.
then at one point I remember all of us galloping together.
Oh, so you joined. What do they call a pack of horses? Is it a pack? Is it a tribe? It's not a tribe. I swear I went to college.
Oh my god.
What are they called?
It says, what is a group of horses called? Answer, it is alternatively called a team, a harris, or a rag. For colts, a stud is a group kept primarily for breeding, or a string is a
Wow, I
group
didn't-
belonging to or used by one individual. Wow, that's so fun.
They're a team.
Look at, we were a team. And I remember this one girl, bless her heart, every now and then, she would notice that we were bored. She was one of those kids that didn't really play with anybody because, you know. And then she's like, y'all want to play dinosaurs with me?
No, we're horse girls.
I'm like, I can play horses on Tuesdays and Thursdays. What I'm not going to do...
I'm gonna
big
head and little arms.
I don't think this play was thought through.
Master.
Man.
Okay.
That's from me throughout.
Oh no, did it stop recording? I don't know. Okay.
Anyways,
we should probably wrap it up.
okay, cool. Bye.
Bye. See you next. Wait a minute. We should backtrack and say, see you next week.
Oh, yeah, see ya.
You always jumping to end it on me.
Well, you were like,
Was it recording? We gotta end.
and then you just sit there. So I'm
I
like,
think
okay,
it is
bye.
still recording. Okay.
It doesn't matter. Okay, bye.
There you go, jumping me again.
You just said.
I'm trying to wrap it. Hold on a minute.
You know what? I'm gonna let Kristen say goodbye.
just don't jump me. I hope you enjoyed this one. If anybody has any ideas of what they would like to hear us talk about next, let us know. We'll see you next week. Bye.